So welcome back to the immersive story playthrough. Hopefully you caught the last part, in which we kind of did a quick montage and recap of all the big story beats. The death of the first two Elder Dragons, the defeat of Balthazar the Gods, Aurene, our baby dragon that hatched from an egg and has now become adolescent, eating a lich, and then our massive fight against the third Elder Dragon, Kralkatorrik, which did not go so well, and actually resulted in the death of Aurene. So we're going to pick back up here now, travel through the conclusion of the Kralkatorrik part of the story, and move on into the Icebrood saga, catching fully up before End of Dragons.
Commander.
Keith, where are you?
We're still in Thunderhead Keep with Aurene. What are you doing?
I don't know. I feel like I have to tell them what happened. Divinity's Reach, Lion's Arch, Black Citadel.
Tell them what? It's over. Please. I need you.
I'll take an airship out of Lion's Arch. Be there soon.
So we will be playing on a different race gender combo for the commander this time, but not human-female. I actually bugged the opening dialogue a little bit, so I had to play it on her for that opening sequence. The plan is actually to be showing this one off on male Norn, picking right back up in the branded auditorium.
Hey. Do we have, No. I've got nothing. Yeah. How is everyone? See for yourself.
So a lot of you guys mentioned on the previous part, I had my mini panda out for one of the emotional beats. I'll turn my mini off going forwards. It was the mini ghost as well, who makes a lot of noise and ruins the ambience of this rather dour and sad sounding branded chamber.
Standing in front of Kralk like that, she went out like a true corsair.
No, like a true soldier.
Oh, Commander, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
It's all right.
There's a subtle reveal here, actually, that several characters who were in this huge room in the auditorium as it got destroyed did survive. Kanark, you'll see there, is in this patch but won't speak much. And they reveal there that Almora survived.
I feel like I should be saluting you.
Thank you, Logan.
Commander, we're here to pay our final respects. We've been singing to her since before she was born. It seems only fitting we sing for her one last time as we prepare for the end of all things.
It was a nice touch having the Zephyrites here at her death, because the Zephyrites were such a big part of retrieving the egg in the first place. Aurene was kind of their charge originally.
You made it! Oh, thank you. It's so hard to...
We'll get through this together.
I don't see how. Kralkatorrik is in the mist, devouring everything he can. He won.
Gorik!
He's right.
We failed. Again.
The commander will figure something out. Always does.
No, Bram. Not this time. It's over. Keith and I will tend to Aurene. The rest of you, you should be with the ones you love.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
What they said. Whatever time we have left, it's a gift. Aurene gave it to us.
Does that even matter?
It matters. Please. I can't look at her like this anymore.
Let's get these crystals off her.
We can weaken the brand. It would be an honor.
I always like the touch of the music here, because obviously it's really sad, but also you get a sense that it really is the Zephyrites here singing and creating that noise. And there's a lot of great subtle mocap and animations going on that, I don't know, it's hard to see it with the Guild Wars 2 camera a lot of the time.
is that?
I don't know. But I feel something.
We feel it too.
Yes. Yes, it's like...
An echo.
This special action here has been a recurring gameplay mechanic for a long time. You saw it in the Balthazar boss fight. It was in several moments of the previous season. It's always represented combo moves between you and Aureen.
Impossible.
Your flowers.
Everyone, stand back. What is this? What are you doing?
Commander, what's happening?
She's glowing?
So it's just such a clever touch to have us do that again here now. Suggests that some life still within her.
My champion. Scion speaks.
Aureen! How?
Eating a lich has its advantages.
Oh! Alchemy! Dragons eat magic!
Praise Choco! Kept us waiting long enough.
Brand in heart, hard to mend.
Aureen, please. You must relax.
No time to grab Toric. Stop him.
But how would this be any different? Won't we just fail again?
We did not fail. We learned.
She had to die. For this was the fire of courage.
And so did they. Follow their god into battle.
Without fear or hesitation.
Now we must ride. Scion and champion. Flush Kralkatoric. From the mists.
Right. If he dies in the mists, that's it. His magic is gone, and so is Tyria.
Yes, my vision came true. And so must his.
Gorik, send the commander
Route telemetry coming your way. Do not let him get away this time.
We won't. Logan, can you meet us on the other side?
We know where you're steering him. The Pact will be there to finish the fight.
We'll all coordinate with Gorik and Taimi. Today the whole world joins Dragon's Watch.
Go, Scion. Finish the song we started. I will. I promise. It's time, champion. Are you ready?
And so the battle begins anew, with kind of a new hope. We still believe in the prophecy. If you don't recognize what Zafira was talking about, she was quoting Balthazar's scripture, Balthazar's energies, which of course reside within Aureen here.
It's so empty.
Eaten by him. There.
Oh, what an amazing moment. So Kralkatoric fight number 2.
He's still bleeding badly. We almost killed him in the keep.
Almost. Let's drive him back to Tyria and finish the job.
Remember, the Scion cannot succeed without you.
Clint.
So Glint will be speaking quite a lot in this sequence. Glint, of course, being this creature's daughter. And it can be easy to miss her dialogue. It's such a cinematic, amazing moment. So be sure to read on the bottom left. I've popped the chat up for you guys in case you miss anything.
Grandfather! Look at me!
He's not happy to see you.
Definitely not happy to see me.
With you, champion, I share my true legacy and Kralkatoric's greatest secret.
Shattered crystal! Watch out for those!
He's opening a portal. Keep on him.
So far in Guild Wars 2, we haven't really had a great glimpse of any of the God Realms in the Mists, except the Underworld, which became a raid. But in this sequence, we do actually get to travel to some of them. Some of them that didn't even appear in the first game, like this.
Are we still in the mists?
The God Realms. Melandru.
Where's he going?
He's hungry
For what? More magic?
for everything. Watch out!
He foresaw the possibility of a world at peace. A world without strife between dragons and mortals. A world without him.
Glint's explanation of Kralkatorrik's vision there might be what we see in the next expansion, the end of dragons.
That's it!
The underworld. We keep going.
Reminds me of...
Balthazar, the Fisher of Woe.
He's going to familiar places. How exactly are we getting him back to Tyria?
I'll open a portal.
Better make it a big one!
Obviously, another thing going on here is Aurene speaking a lot now since her resurrection. Before she died, she could only really communicate with us through Kaith. But now we hear her voice a lot, and will be going forwards in the story.
Damn it! Try again! Let's clip his wings!
A better world is waiting to be born.
I legitimately think that's one of the best cinematics they've had. Just the artistry there, the music's so good. Man, if we had like done a montage cut of the whole thing, that would have been a hell of a moment. Of course, last patch, we messed up one of Kralkatorrik's eyes, and now we've managed to chop off one of its wings and half bury it. So this final patch is involving the creation of a new land out in the ocean that fell from the mists with an elder dragon buried at its heart. We also get this really cool sequence here of a first-person fly-through on Aurene's back. Obviously, there's a bit of a time jump here too, but a lot of people have galvanized straight away. Many allies we've gathered over the plot of the entire game, really. Really gorgeous skybox too, and you can see shatterers and stuff fighting airships out in the background, a lot like in Ore at launch.
Commander, we followed the tracker, and here you are.
And there's Kralkatorrik, pinned under islands ripped out of the mist. This is incredible!
I thought we'd lost.
We all did. And maybe the world will end. But right now, right here, we've got a second chance.
All because of you, Aurene.
Now the real fight begins. It's not over yet. He's badly wounded, but I have to keep him down. Lean on each other. I'll work the sky. You work the ground.
Listen, we're making this up as we go along. What have we got?
Us, obviously. And the Olmacan.
Kaith, Zafira, and Zaim rallied their own army. Came in on the Corsair ships.
Glint's forces are massing to our south, but no sign of Glint herself. Oh, and Logan. Your ancestor says she'd like to see you.
Okay.
You'll need a base of operations. I'll fortify this outcrop. Give it teeth.
One of us needs to scout this place. These are fragments of the mist. Anything and everything could be on them.
Plus, we need to map Kralk's position and vulnerabilities. You have to send us out, Commander.
Actually, Timey, I could use you on my ship.
Plank counting and thumb twiddling. Huh. Fun.
More like survey and patrol. You can keep an eye on Aurene, map the coastline, help with cannons.
Oh, okay.
Gorik, stay with Almora and Canuck. I'll talk to our other armies, then get you whatever information you need.
You okay? Is there something you wanted to tell me?
Yeah, but not now. Not here. Commander, I'd like to take the Olmacan west, build a beachhead. Unless you've got other plans.
Works for me.
I'll see if Timey needs anything. Make sure she's okay.
Rox is actually hinting at a desire there to stay with the Omicron once this story is complete. And it's funny because the devs don't properly follow up on that hint, but it happens.
They're calling themselves the Order of the Crystal Bloom. I tried to talk them out of it, but...
Aurene saved them, so they've come to fight for her. I couldn't say no.
So the Order of the Crystal Bloom are kind of a new faction we'll be seeing a lot as the story goes along here. They're like adherents of Aurene, and are a pretty interesting faction. So there's a lot going on in open world here.
Commander, we've got a plan. First, we need to get rid of the smaller brandstorms dotting the island. Gorik has sent his brandstorm disruptors to each camp. Don't know how they work, but they do. Once the storms are gone, we can start stockpiling supplies to hit Krauk. Gorik's got some ideas there, of course. When all 3 camps are prepped, we'll take everything we've got and kick that damn dragon where it hurts.
So because this is an abridged, kind of slightly more immersive series where we're really recapping, you won't be seeing the open world half of the story here. This map, Dragon Fall, is a lot like the Heart of Thorns expansion's map, Dragon Stand, where the death of the Elder Dragon is told in 2 halves. One is the open world battle that goes on, which you might end up missing if you don't play it, and the other half is the actual personal story bit. You remember a moment ago, Logan was told about one of his ancestors. That's actually Gwen from the first game. There's a ton of dialogue about that and a lot of really amazing interactions. A lot to learn about these fragments of the God Realms. This is like Melandri's realm. We're kind of here pulled into Tyria in a weird way. But since it's mostly ancillary, and this video is already, you know, an hour-long investment of your time, we will mostly be glossing over the open world stuff. You're just going to see the golden path here. This vista kind of pans through the main situation. You've got Kralkatorik's body submerged. Part of it is fine. You can actually stand on that tail. It moves and throws you around. Really interesting. The other part has this huge brandstorm. And the open world story tells how you get rid of that storm. Don't forget, this is Kralkatorik, the crystal dragon of storms. How you pull that down to be able to get close to it. Also, the vista is showing us this over here. The ripped off wing bleeding.
All right, Commander. What's it look like up there?
Kralkatorik's buried. I can't see his head. He's covered with brandstorms and lightning. Getting close will be dangerous. I can see his severed wing from here, too.
Wait, really? If we can reach it, then that means... Oh!
The dragon's blood spears were weak because we didn't have his blood. If we did have it...
I'll call in a chopper. Someone can fly up and collect some blood. There has to be some way to fuse it with our spears.
Ooh, a challenge! I'm on it.
In the meantime, can you meet with my research assistant? We located the crate with Gorik's instruments.
Research assistant? Okay, just send me the coordinates.
My montage on the previous part kind of glossed over the Dragon's Blood Spears, but they'll be very effective weapons to face this Elder Dragon. If you read the second novel about Destiny's Edge's first attempt to kill Kralkatorik, you'll know a bit more about it. There was even a minor arc in Path of Fire itself, whereby we destroyed one of these spears, never to be able to get it back. But now that we have his blood, it turns out we may be able to do just that.
Bram? You're Timey's assistant?
Whatever Timey needs, I'll get her. I'm supposed to give you these. Good luck, Commander.
I feel so assisted right now. Gorik, tell the commander about what you sent.
The indicator should guide you to a few points of tremendous seismic interest. Plant the instruments, or B57X seismic taps, and they'll send us data about this terrain. Data the tracker can't give us.
Any reports from that chopper you sent up for the blood?
Not yet. We're experiencing some static interference. I'll call if something comes up.
This part of the story has us explore around the island, basically, and in conjunction with the open world event, as the Pact and so on build these bridges and allow us to explore. And the mystery of the seismic activity will turn out to be quite crucial. This here place, look at this, is incredible. This is the Fissure of Woe section, and it's so unbelievably fiery.
Gorik, I put the first tap down. Are you getting what you need from it?
I'm seeing the data now. Keep placing those instruments. With enough readings, I'll be able to map the substrata.
Those shadow creatures aren't giving us an inch.
They've been fighting over this forest for centuries, cursed to fight Balthazar and his Eternals for eternity.
Right.
But we're neither of those things.
It isn't us. It's Balthazar's magic. Aurene absorbed it after Vabi, remember?
And just because they sense his presence, they attack us?
Look on the bright side. Krakatorrik absorbed it too. So they hate his breath.
Second seismic tap in place.
Good, good. Keep going. This is adding to what we know. Taimi, can you double check these numbers?
Sure thing, but first, Commander, that chopper, it just fell out of the sky. Something around that wing is creating a technological dead zone. We can't get up there.
I doubt it's mechanical. Wonder if it's some sort of organic construct.
Figure it out! Oraine's busy with Krakatorrik, and Saida and I are providing critical air support. Commander, we need that blood. Can you find a different way up?
Soon as I place this last tap.
Final tap for me. You can pick the order, being here in the Melandru section. And we get something of an important revelation.
All taps down, but something odd's going on. Is that ley energy?
Krog's impact broke into subsurface ley lines? Oh, no!
Wait, that's why my numbers look like this?
What's ley energy doing here?
Krakatorrik's absorbing it. He's healing.
We need to cut him off from those ley lines, fast!
If he's healing, Orene's attacks won't hold him down. We have to get his blood for our spears.
Okay, Gorik and I'll figure out a solution for the ley lines. You should get up to that wing if you can find a way.
Sorry to interrupt. Aurene, she's found something.
Kate, champion, come to me.
She's in the far south.
Hope everything's all right. See you there.
So for this next story beat, remember not all dragons are elder dragons. And in fact in Cantha, for the next X-Pack, we may be finding many. Turns out some have arrived here on Dragonfall from the Mists.
What are they?
Newborns. A new species, like wyverns and drakes. Call them sky scales. I'm taking a few to help with Krakatorrik. Teach the rest quickly. We fly on borrowed time.
In all the Pale Tree's dreams, I saw nothing like these.
The sky scales. They can get us to Krakatorrik's wing. That's why Aurene summoned us.
You're going to ride one up to collect his blood. Will they trust you?
Maybe if I feed them first. They're related to dragons, and dragons eat magic, don't they? I have to try.
So players of this patch can basically ride on any of the sky scales they find around the map. And once the patch is over, there's actually a whole extra story where you can tame and get your own. Which I've already done, and you'll see I'm riding on here for the rest of this footage.
With respect to the wing, Commander, how exactly are you surmounting the verticality and spectrum jamming issues?
Ugh, these cannon fumes must be going to my head. I swear I just saw Aurene leading a glory of dragons.
Sky scales, actually. That's how I...
First, intriguing. Second, a glory of dragons? Are you sure that's the proper collective noun?
Ah, just get that blood!
Taimi, I'm here. Hello? Anyone? All right. Find the source of this interference, find the blood, charge the spear. I can do this.
Yes, I tried that too. But if it's organic, our systems won't be able to...
Gorik, can you hear me? I found
You're back. Taimi was getting worried.
I knew the commander would be okay.
And the interference is gone. Was it organic? I bet it was organic.
Is a crystal scab organic? Don't answer that. Now, how to reach this blood? It's falling into thin air.
What about your sky scale? Taimi's thesis says dragons and related species can hover, like dragonflies.
You read my thesis?
Well, it is the most authoritative work on the nature and physiology of dragons. Try hovering, Commander.
That's plenty. You can send up the choppers for more blood, Taimi. I've destroyed the source of the interference. Now, how exactly do we fuse the blood and the spears? We don't have the forge.
Gorik, any progress on an alternative?
We'll plate them. Specific resonance at close range should flex the crystalline structure sufficiently to permit fusion. In short, we can use the Zephyrite. I've sent Zafira and 2 Zephyrite ahead with a spear, marking their position. You'll have to run some tests, of course.
Right. Need to make sure it works before sending others into the fray.
There could have easily been a story step here where we go back to Thunderhead to enter the forge and all that stuff, but probably would have diffused a lot of the tension and sense of urgency that we're otherwise getting. And funnily enough, we're actually really close now to the final instance and therefore also the end of the season.
Good hunting, Commander. I see you have the blood. Here is the spear.
Coat it with Krokatorik's blood. A brief resonance should fuse the two together.
Should. Let's hope Gorik's right.
Ready to sing, sister?
You get such a great moment here where the spear is actually on your back with your cape or whatever and your 2 weapons. It's like you've got 3 weapons at once.
A true dragon's blood spear.
May it fare better than the last. Now, Commander, show us a god of war.
Another really fun element here is, for the next part of the story, we get to kill some branded with it. And you can use it on the back of your mount for almost like mounted combat. I really want to see something like this return.
The spear. Is it?
Working beautifully. Time for the real test.
Krokatorik. Shrine nearest Claw, champion. There's cover from the Brandstorm.
Elder Dragon, I believe this belongs to you. For Ilona, for Tyria.
I hope it hurts as much as... I hope it hurts!
Oh, it hurt.
Commander, you're right. The spear really works. But somehow, Kronkatorik is still healing.
What?
I know! We're redirecting ley lines, but it's not working. It's like there's an artery of ley energy right underneath him.
My seismic data supports Timy's hypothesis. He's tangled in some kind of cave network.
We have to get in there and block that ley line.
I'll go.
Good. Kaith, you come too.
Commander, do you need your pack, Marshal?
Glint's army needs you. Stick with them. Commander, I'm coming.
It's settled. Let's go.
That's actually kind of a big moment and a big decision there, because Logan was a member of Destiny's Edge. The fight against Krokatorik and their failure against him is really a big part of his story. And yet, he will be assisting, obviously, but he's not going to be present in the final few scenes here, because he'll be outside. Instead, we get Zafira with us, who's kind of a new ally, and has always seemed an interesting decision to me. She also curiously appeared in a trailer that the devs released about the game around this time as well. So I guess they really liked her. There's also the fact this is really a part of the Path of Fire and therefore Balthazar era of storytelling, and having that big Balthazar side to this is kind of fun.
Maureen, we're going under Krokatorik to block a ley line.
I'll be there. Almora's army is about to attack. They'll keep him occupied while we go below and finish.
All 4 armies are swarming Krokatorik on Almora's command.
A lot of lives have already been lost. It's up to us to make it count.
Commander, the ley line that's feeding Kralk is due south from you.
Through that wall of solid rock.
This way.
That works.
I always liked how much energy and initiative Aurene has in this patch. She's desperate to see this prophecy become fulfilled. So if you listen carefully now, you'll hear a heartbeat.
What is...
His heartbeat.
It's faster than you'd imagine.
They're pummeling him from above. He's in distress.
A small fight sequence here to cull the swarm we can jump through.
Can't be much farther.
The ley line.
And another. And another.
We have our work cut out for us.
So I tend to be kind of blind to this, but if you look carefully, even right now, very early on at the back wall there, you'll notice that's actually Kralkatorrik's face. It's slanted to the side, one of his eyes is messed up, but all these beams are basically going into his mouth.
So close.
He's unconscious.
If he wakes up while we're here...
Won't let that happen. Maureen, the ley lines are all yours. Work quickly.
A fairly long combat sequence I'm going to cut through this time, where Aureen uses her own form of the brand to seal up these ley lines. You get to fight alongside all these iconic heroes as well, with their own Dragon's Blood spears, absolutely dominating the branded.
That did it! Timey, he's vulnerable. Tell Elmore to move all armies in for the kill.
Go, go, go!
A really interesting moment here where we kind of don't feel like we're the heroes, you know? We are the scouting recon party, so to speak. We did something crucial, but the real fight was upstairs.
Is it done? Is it over?
At long last.
Okay, where's the boom? You kill a dragon, there's supposed to be a... No. No. No, 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 no!
Timey, what's happening?
Commander, his body, it's dead. But there's a source of power still inside him. Doing more damage out here doesn't affect it.
We can't kill him. Not from outside.
You're saying we need to go in?
There's no other way.
What? Through his mouth?
Just Doreen and me. If she dies in there, Joko's magic can resurrect her. The rest of you, not so much.
But that goes for you, too.
We've known all along that the Scion and Champion must face Kralkatorrik together.
Defend these ley lines. If he starts healing again, it's over.
The branded will not get past us.
Ridlock. Listen, Dragon's Watch.
Shut up. You're coming back.
Aureen. I love you.
I love you too. Champion, it's time.
So, on release, this was an amazing sequence where, just like earlier, we were riding on Aureen's back, we would ride on her again. You can even see the animation for a moment, but it's bugged. I don't know what to tell you guys. I tried this multiple times. It's bugged now, and we're just going to be floating through, which really ruins this moment. This creepy, ominous, incredible, weird moment where we're going to go inside an Elder Dragon and things become very kaleidoscopic and surreal. Please just imagine I'm flying on Aureen and send your complaints to ArenaNet, I guess. Because, yeah, unfortunately, I cannot get this to unbug. We're just going to be awkwardly standing here. At least it's not a full-on T-pose.
It's so beautiful and quiet.
If we succeed, what happens to you?
I'm not sure exactly. I can feel all the magics in me. They're not in harmony.
Are you ready to hear Kralkatorrik's voice?
Child of my child. Come to me.
Aureen, what's happening?
I can feel his pain. A million agonies. So much suffering.
Is this some kind of trick?
No. I
think he wants us here.
You sure about that?
So to really get this, you want to pay attention in the subtitles on the bottom left when it's Kralkatorrik speaking versus Kralkatorrik's torment. Like his split, agonized personalities. One of them greedy and filled with magics, and yes, I fell here. And the other one, perhaps actually something more sentient and a willing participant in his own downfall.
He's fractured, warring with the other magics.
Despite having battled 2 other Elder Dragons already, we never really got the sense of like what a dragon's heart might be. Not until seeing this sphere here. So the boss battle commences. You will have noticed I'm playing this co-op, which makes it substantially easier. A rundown of the mechanics isn't so important, I think, for this series, but every now and then we have a phase.
A storm is coming. Follow me, champion. I'll protect you.
Does not stop you. The magics do not torment you. They belong within you.
Kralkatorrik will talk a good deal about how different Aurene is, and what is tormenting him may not be the same with her. We also get to experience some of the magics that are tormenting him by reliving some of the big boss fights in the franchise's past. Here is an aspect of Balthazar, known as a facet, which is kind of a drawback to Guild Wars 1 when we were in Glint's Lair, and the various facets of magic were there also. So this was Balthazar and all of the fiery god bloodstone magic.
Now, deal the final blow.
Is blinding. It lies. Its pollution steals my sense. It promises destroy everything, and the pain will cease.
I understand, Grandfather. We'll end it for you.
This impure magic.
The facet of Root and Madness here being Morgemoth and all of that magic from the Heart of Thorns series of events.
It's ready, champion.
Your first words, I heard them,
I'm not you.
but you are of me. And soon, I will be of you.
Entering the final phase now, and we can of course expect Zaitan stuff.
Assumed
She thought it terrified you.
Nothing terrifies an elder dragon. Not even death.
And what a great moment to pair with a philosophical conversation about death and its meaning to an elder dragon that consumes lich magic and all God knows what else. With so much audio here, it can be really hard to hear the dialogue. I swear to you guys, the slider is maxed out. Just because I know I'll get a bunch of complaints in the comments about that.
One more blast.
They are her strength. She trains her own kind. She is the first of her kind. You have laid me bare. The pain is ebbing.
I'm sorry. It has to be this way, Grandfather.
Child of my child, I only hope that you never have to kill what you love.
As he did kill Glint.
Now, mortal, return my blood to my heart.
Maureen?
Do it.
And so with this final animation, listen very carefully to what Kralkatorrik whispers as this cutscene opens. Very important.
My grandfather's prophecy is fulfilled. My mother's legacy is complete.
And in the background, for some reason, we hear the waves of the ocean.
I can't explain what's about to happen, Champion. But I want to share it with you.
Remember, of course, that Glint's whole plan was to replace Elder Dragons with new ones, her scions. Something we did not do with the downfall of Zaitan or Morgemoth.
All of you.
So there you have it, the conclusion of Season 4, the death of a dragon, the creation of a new Elder Dragon, and some new mysteries to boot, who this mother is and so on. There is this epilogue sequence, which we'll play through too, before a bit of a gap, and we begin the Icebridge saga.
Commander.
So, we saved the world. Again.
What will it all look like now that Kralkatorik's gone?
Less purple, I guess. Fewer crystals. Pretty.
But the balance of magic.
You!
What did I...
You flew down a dragon's throat and punched his heart until it died.
Bram.
Next time you do that, you bring me!
Next time, I promise.
Since we're drinking, how about a toast, Commander?
Well, after everything that's happened, I don't know what to say.
Oh, I do. To Aureen.
To Aureen!
The hero of Elona.
She's all grown up.
And up and up and up.
Not easy, is it? Watching your little one go.
We'll see her again, Keith. I'm sure of it.
And indeed, as you watch the next couple of parts, the idea of what happens to Aureen next will be answered absolutely in full. So that's kind of the end if we want it to be, but there is a bonus opportunity to speak to various characters. You remember earlier in the patch, Rock suggested she had something big to say about living with the Omicron. You'd think you could follow up with that here and now in the epilogue, but you can't, weirdly.
Been one hell of a day, Commander. Been one hell of a life.
You must be proud of how Rock's fought today.
Yeah, I am. Tammy's gonna be okay, right, Commander? There's no way she's gonna... I mean, she can't.
No one knows the future, Bram. For today, just today, let's not worry about tomorrow.
Love you too.
I sometimes wonder if they had a plan to kill Rox or something. Why did Bram look sad when he said he was proud of her?
I'll grow my hair back.
And where is she? Maybe they reversed direction on it at the last moment?
I'm just glad I can make it all up to you.
Eventually. And with a lot of help.
Thanks for giving me the chance, Commander.
Yeah. Thanks for giving this bozo the... Kidding. We're blood brothers now. Though that would make Gwen my...
What will you do now, brother?
Never thought about it. Never made plans for if the world didn't end.
Me neither. Guess we'll have to find out.
I'm sure the devs are foreshadowing a lot of stuff that hasn't paid off yet. But at least that line certainly has, I think, by the end of the Icebridge saga.
You're not really sure, though, are you? That Aureen is coming back?
She's an elder dragon now. All bets are off.
I felt her compassion in there. As if she saw someone she loved in great pain. Was Kralkatorik?
No dragon is meant to contain that much power. Balthazar, Zaitan, Mordramoth. Their magics were tearing him apart.
I remember, like a bad dream, when Mordramoth... No matter. I can still feel her love. Even from here. Even now. Time for me to go home, Commander. Back to the Grove, where it all began. I have a great deal of thinking to do.
Elona has suffered turmoil for too long. First Joko, then the Crystal Dragon. Our political system is in shambles. We need statesmen, guardians of the peace. Those who live out the Sun Spear's 8 virtues. I'll find those people and raise them up. It's time for Elona to take her place in the world.
Yeah, you find those people.
Obviously, the question of Cantha and its place in the world is on a lot of our minds right now. But Elona should develop too.
What's next for you? Now that...
It's simple. I serve. Wherever Aureen wants me to go, I go. I'll wait with the Zaishan until she calls. The Crystal Bloom will carry the good news without me. Thank you for opening my eyes, Commander. For restoring my faith. For helping me to see.
Zafira actually won't be taking much of an active role after this release.
This is huge. I have to revise my entire thesis. No, it'll be a monograph. No, wait. It'll be a 6-volume treatise. Yeah. The Elder Dragons Reconsidered. My magnum opus. I mean, how many researchers get this kind of opportunity, huh?
We'll have to rethink a lot of our assumptions. About dragons. About everything. I understand Gorik's doing the fieldwork.
No, you'll have fun! The sky scales alone are worth like a dozen papers. Ugh, they are so much cooler than bugs anyway. Oh, wait. Think Aureen still has time for me? I have got to get an interview with her. It'll be the first chapter.
When you see her again, ask.
I love this moment of having... I mean, Drunk Bram was funny enough, but Drunk Timey's interesting because we knew her since she was a little kid, and has obviously grown up so much now.
In all my years of sailing and plundering, I've never seen anything like this. You do keep life exciting, Commander. And profitable.
I'm glad you're getting something out of this. You've been a great help.
Yeah, do me a favor, or keep that to yourself. The Corsair's got a reputation to protect.
And there you have it. So that's the conclusion of Season 4. We're now ready for the Icebrood Saga. I'll see you on the next part, where we'll get through the entirety of the prologue patch, introducing who has now become my favourite character in the game, Bangar Ruinbringer. Hope you're enjoying the recap, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.